evening, you're watching 7 at 7, the only news bulletin where we curate the day's top 7 stories for our viewers. Politically, for the state of Rajasthan, today has been a red letter day. But having said that, with all the news coming in, one news has pretty much slipped to the sidelines, and that is India touching a grim milestone when it comes to the number of COVID-19 cases. The country now stands at more than 9 lakh cases after 28,498 cases were registered in a span of just 24 hours. India took just 3 days for India to get to 9 lakh cases from 8 lakh. 553 fresh deaths have been reported in just the last 24 hours. Let's quickly take you through on where India stands right now. Total cases are at 9 lakh 6,752, recording 23,727 deaths. Maharashtra, worst hit state, recording 26 lakh 924 positive cases with 10,482 deaths. Tamil Nadu coming in with 1 lakh 42,792 COVID positive cases, recording 2,032 deaths. Delhi with 1 lakh 13,740 COVID positive cases, recording 3,411 deaths. Now, this information was collated till just about half hour ago and pretty much gives us a picture on the rising COVID cases in the country. Just 3 days for a rise of 1 lakh. We are now preaching. Lots of political upheaval reported in just the last 6 hours from the state of Rajasthan. Congress has now cracked the whip. Sachin Pilot is no longer the Deputy Chief Minister of Rajasthan or even the Rajasthan Congress Pradesh Committee Chief. In a big move, the party sacked Pilot and replaced him as Congress Chief in the state. Moreover, now the action shifts to Rajasthan as well, where Ashok Gehlot, will he have the numbers or not, is a big question mark. More so, he's called for a cabinet meeting today evening. The spotlight also on Sachin Pilot on what will be his next move. Few options that remain with him. One of them is, would he now take the option of the BJP route like his friend and colleague Jyotiraditya Scindia? He further added that the Pilot camp was misled by the BJP. This was what Ashok Gehlot said just a short while after the sacking of his deputy. Meanwhile, Pilot has also removed Congress Rajasthan chief and anything to do with Congress from his Twitter bio. He will now be replaced by Govind Singh Dotasra as Rajasthan president for Congress.
भारतीय जनता पार्टी जो षड्यंत्र कर रही थी, लेकिन आगा मैंने कई बार किया कि षड्यंत्र बहुत बड़ा षड्यंत्र है, हॉर्स ट्रेडिंग का षड्यंत्र है और उसमें हमारे किसी नेता को ट्रैप पे नहीं आना चाहिए। ये पिछले 6 महीने से षड्यंत्र चल रहा था और हम सबको जानकारी थी कि ये षड्यंत्र बहुत बड़ा है, हॉर्स ट्रेडिंग हो रही है। हमारे कुछ साथी गुमराह होकर के चले गए दिल्ली के अंदर और बीजेपी के मंसूबे पूरे नहीं हुए। उन्होंने जो कुछ भी खेल खेला था धनबल के आधार पर, जैसे कर्नाटका के अंदर, मध्य प्रदेश के अंदर, राजस्थान, वही करना चाहते थे वो लोग। आज जो खेल उन्होंने खेला है 2-3 दिन से, आप बताइए, 122 लोग हमारे पास में हैं, 107 कांग्रेस के हैं। आप समझ रहे 2-3 कितने होते हैं? तो इन्होंने क्यों ये खेल खेला? और आप ब्लैकमेल कर रहे हो। आप असेंबली के अंदर फ्लोर टेस्ट होना चाहिए कह रहे हैं, कल मैं सुन रहा हूँ। उनमें इतना तो भगवान ने बुद्धि दी है कि कांग्रेस का कोई एमएलए ये मांग कभी नहीं कर सकता। वही कह सकता है विधायक दल की मीटिंग बुलाओ, कांग्रेस विधायक दल की मीटिंग बुलाओ, हमारा विश्वास नहीं है मुख्यमंत्री पर, वहाँ हम अपनी बात कहेंगे। अगर बहुमत साथ नहीं होगा मुख्यमंत्री का तो उनको इस्तीफा देना पड़ेगा। ये मांग करना तो वाजिब मांग होती है। अपनी पार्टी की विधायक दल की बैठक के अंदर हाईकमान का ऑब्जर्वर आता है, सबकी बात सुनता है, फैसला करता है। ये कहाँ लिखा हुआ है कि आप विधानसभा में मांग कर रहे हैं? इसका मतलब क्या है कि बीजेपी के सहयोग से हम सरकार गिराएंगे। इसका मतलब सुप्रीम कोर्ट का आदेश स्पष्ट है, जिसकी मंशा हो जाती है मुझे मेरी पार्टी के खिलाफ में जाना है, उसकी मेंबरशिप खत्म हो जाती है।
बड़े दुखी मन से और खेद से कांग्रेस पार्टी ने कुछ निर्णय लिए हैं जिनकी व्याख्या करने के लिए बीच में आपके मैं उपस्थित हूं। पहली बात, श्री सचिन पायलट जी को, श्री विश्वेंद्र सिंह जी को और मीना जी का क्या और श्री रमेश मीना जी को उप मुख्यमंत्री और मंत्री पद के भार से फौरी तौर से मुक्त किया जाता है। कांग्रेस नेतृत्व ने खुले मन से सारे दरवाजे खोलकर कहा, परिवार का सदस्य अगर रास्ता भटक जाए, सुबह का भूला अगर शाम को घर वापस आ जाए, शाम का भूला अगर आज सुबह भी घर वापस आ जाए तो वो भूला नहीं कहलाता, वो परिवार का सदस्य है। पूरी बात सुनी जाएगी, हर बात का हल निकाला जाएगा। पर मुझे खेद है कि श्री सचिन पायलट और कुछ उनके मंत्री साथी वो भारतीय जनता पार्टी के षड्यंत्र में भटककर कांग्रेस पार्टी की जनता के द्वारा चुनी गई 8 करोड़ राजस्थानियों के द्वारा चुनी गई सरकार को गिराने का षड्यंत्र और साजिश कर रहे हैं। ये अस्वीकार्य है।
Meanwhile, all eyes now on Sachin Pilot. The former Rajasthan deputy CM has clearly dug in his heels. Sources have told India Today that Pilot camp had demanded removal of Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot. The options for Sachin Pilot now are these: topple the Rajasthan government, form a third front, which seems likely, or join BJP right now, which looks unlikely. Meanwhile, claims and counterclaims are being made from both sides. Congress sources say Pilot is refusing to relent despite Priyanka Gandhi speaking to him thrice yesterday. However, Pilot camp claims that no one reached out to them. The MLA from Pilot camp has directly attacked Chief Minister Gehlot, saying that loyalty in Congress means slavery, which is not acceptable to them. MLA's loyalists to Pilot residing in the ITC hotel in Gurugram continue to be lodged there.
ज्योतिराज सिंधिया जी को कौन सा अवसर नहीं मिला? सचिन पायलट जी को कौन सा अवसर नहीं मिला? अवसर दिया जाता है, लेकिन उसके अवसर के साथ साथ कुछ न कुछ अनुशासन का भी पालन करना पड़ता है। और अनुशासन का पालन करते हुए पार्टी के अंदर ही रहकर जो भी गिला शिकायतें हैं, उसका निराकरण होना चाहिए।
Sachin Pilot, whom I consider one of the most talented and competent and impressive congressmen we have, he's a personal friend also. We all value him in the party. Certainly, he should come and air his grievances. Door is open. All people are prepared to listen to him. And I would say that, he may have several genuine grievances. There is no doubt about it. If you are to topple a government or to hurt your own Congress party in a state, then there has to be a boundary red flag there.
Meanwhile, as the crisis in the Congress deepens, the BJP camp has upped their activities. A meeting of BJP leaders was held at the party's state office in Jaipur, in which the party's National Joint General Secretary V. Satish and Rajasthan President Satish Punia were present. Sources say that the Saffron Party discussed the ongoing rebellion. Union Minister Gajendra Singh Shekhawat in fact said if Sachin Pilot wants to join the BJP, the party's doors are open for him. Meanwhile, BTB, the regional party, MLA Rajkumar claimed that their MLAs have been held hostage in Jaipur. He also claimed that the keys of his car were snatched by Rajasthan cops when he was headed to his own constituency.
वर्तमान में जो राजस्थान में स्थिति पैदा हो चुकी है, अभी ये हाल है कि हमें एक तरह से कैद कर रखा है, क्योंकि आज 3 दिन हो गए हमारे एमएलए क्वार्टर पे थे। कई लोग कह रहे हमारे साथ चलो, और आज पुलिस प्रशासन की 3 से 4 गाड़ियां हमारे साथ लगी है। मैं क्षेत्र के लिए निकला, लेकिन वो लोग निकलने नहीं दे रहे हैं और चारों तरफ गाड़ियां लगा दी हैं और मेरी गाड़ी की चाबी भी ले ली गई है और दोनों तरफ ये पुलिस लगी हुई है।
कोई भी जनाधार वाला व्यक्ति यदि भारतीय जनता पार्टी या किसी भी पॉलिटिकल पार्टी में आता है तो सभी लोग उसका स्वागत करते हैं, अपने साथ में जुड़े, हमारा जनाधार बढ़े। आज भारतीय जनता पार्टी का कुनबा इतना बड़ा हुआ है। दीनदयाल जी और श्यामा प्रसाद जी ने जब भारतीय जनता पार्टी का ये पौधारोपण किया था, विचार के साथ में किया था, और उस विचारधारा को परिपुष्ट करने के लिए कितने लोग देश की अलग अलग विचारधाराओं से, अलग अलग पार्टी से हम सब लोगों के साथ में जुड़ते गए, कारवां बड़ा होता गया। आज दुनिया की सबसे बड़ी पॉलिटिकल पार्टी भारतीय जनता पार्टी बनी है। हमारी विचारधारा पे कदम करते हुए प्रत्येक व्यक्ति जो हमारे साथ में काम करने के लिए आएगा, निश्चित ही हम उसका बाहें पसार करके स्वागत करेंगे। ये तो सामान्य प्रक्रिया।
मेरी केवल आपके माध्यम से इतना है कि इस फ्लोर टेस्ट के बिना इस बात का पता नहीं लगेगा कि वास्तव में किसके साथ कितने वोट है कि नहीं। हमारा अभी इस पर कोई आग्रह नहीं है, लेकिन हम ये जरूर चाहेंगे कि मुख्यमंत्री अगर कैबिनेट का विस्तार करना चाहे तो बिना फ्लोर के टेस्ट किए नहीं कराएं। वो मैसेज अच्छा नहीं जाएगा। अगर वास्तव में आपके साथ बहुमत है तो फ्लोर पे इसको पहले तय करा लो, उसके बाद फिर आप जैसा भी मंत्रिमंडल बढ़ाना चाहो आपके अधिकार क्षेत्र का होगा।
वो लावा जब फूटा है तो एक सामना है। अब वो कह रहे हैं मेरे पास बहुमत है, सचिन कह रहे हैं अशोक गहलोत जी बहुमत खो चुके हैं। तो ये निर्णय तो उनका अंदरूनी लड़ाई है। ये बीजेपी तो अभी देख रही है क्या होने वाला है, कहाँ तक जाएगी ये गाड़ी।
सचिन पायलट के लिए दरवाजे खुले हैं बीजेपी के?
नहीं, देखिए पार्टी के दरवाजे तो सबके लिए खुले रहते हैं। अगर वो पार्टी की विचारधारा को प्रसन्न होकर के आते हैं तो दरवाजे सबके खुले रहते, और दरवाजे खुले नहीं होते तो पार्टी दुनिया की सबसे बड़ी पार्टी थोड़ी बनती।
सरकार की बुनियाद ही कमजोर है, नींव कमजोर है। इसलिए ये जिस सरकार रूपी इमारत का जिस तरीके का सपना देखते थे वो चकनाचूर हो गया। जिस तरीके से पहली हमारी जो भविष्यवाणी थी वो सही साबित हुई कि सरकार और पार्टी अंतर्विरोध और अंतर्कलह की शिकार थी। नतीजा ये है कि अपमानित होकर सचिन पायलट को कांग्रेस से अलग होना पड़ा। और जब इस तरीके की चीजें होती हैं तो निश्चित रूप से वो सरकार जनता के मनों से उतर जाती है।
Meanwhile, a fresh war of words has erupted between BJP and TMC after the Saffron Party MLA was found hanging yesterday. The BJP's Debendra Nath Ray was found hanging in mysterious circumstances in front of a shop in Uttar Pradesh's Dinajpur district. To protest the death, the BJP called for a bandh today in North Bengal. The party leaders also met President Ramnath Kovind. There was mixed response to the bandh called by the BJP, with most of the shops shut while transport was minimal on the roads. A delegation of party leaders led by Babul Supriyo, Kailash Vijayvargiya, meanwhile met Amit Shah this afternoon and demanded a CBI inquiry into the MLA's death. The Mamata government has already initiated a CID probe and denied any foul play by the TMC. Meanwhile, there's been a fresh twist in the Kerala gold smuggling case. India Today has accessed phone call records of Kerala gold smuggling case accused Swapna Suresh. The phone call records show Swapna contacted Kerala Minister K.T. Jalil. In fact, the duo spoke to each other 9 times between the 1st of June and 26th of June. Meanwhile, trouble is mounting for the top Kerala IS officer and Principal Secretary M. Sivasankar over his alleged phone conversation with another accused, Sarit. Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan has now ordered an inquiry into his call records. Calls were made after the Consulate General assigned Swapna to coordinate distribution of food kits. Kerala Minister has also released screenshots of the conversation with the Consulate General. All right, so this is the latest. This has been a controversy that has exploded politically in Kerala, with the opposition, both the Congress and the BJP in Kerala, asking for the Chief Minister to step down himself. As per them, this pretty much implicates the Chief Minister as well. A lot going on. On the other front, the Kerala Chief Minister has now ordered an inquiry into his own call records. More so, M. Sivasankar, Principal Secretary and Kerala IS officer, has also now been in the dock and pressure mounting for him over his alleged phone conversations with the other accused, Sarit.
On 27th of May 2020, I got a message from the Consul General of UAE that they have some food kits to distribute to the poor. Do you interested to give it in specific areas in your constituency? I answered that yes, because the COVID period was the crucial period as far as our Keralites are concerned. Then he told me that you contact Mr. Swapna will contact you to organize this charity.
Meanwhile, trouble is mounting for the top Kerala IAS officer and ex-principal secretary M. Sivasankar over his alleged phone conversation with the other accused in this case, Sarit. Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan has now ordered an inquiry into his call records. That's the latest that we are getting in right now. A lot of heat, political heat in Kerala building up over this massive story that exploded about a week ago, which the opposition says implicates directly the Chief Minister's office as well. There has been a lot of protest from the Congress, from the BJP in Kerala, asking for the Chief Minister, Pinarayi Vijayan himself, to step down with the heat coming in from this particular story. I want to connect right now to my colleague Gopi, who's joining us on the phone line. Gopi, can you get us up to speed with this news break?
Well, this is actually a very, very significant development in this particular case, that we have managed to access the call records of two of the main accused in this particular case. So first I will mention about Sarit, who has been the former PRO at this UAE consulate. So initial assessment was that Sarit, only Swapna was actually directly in contact with Chief Minister's former Principal Secretary M. Shivshankar. But the call record access now shows that even Sarit was in very direct contact with Shivshankar, the former Principal Secretary to Chief Minister. These two people have exchanged calls multiple times, and at times this conversation has even exceeded like 15 or even like close to around 20 minutes. So this actually suggests that there has been some kind of conversations happening between these two individuals for a very long time. Now coming to Swapna's aspect, while accessing these call records of Swapna, we managed to find that Swapna has spoken to one of the ministers in the cabinet, that is KT Jalil. And we immediately put forward this question to KT Jalil on what was the actual cause or what was the actual reason for this conversation. And the minister has actually deposed in front of the media with evidences that the UAE Consulate General, the Consulate General for UAE in Thiruvananthapuram, has actually assigned Swapna with the job of handing over food kits to the poor families in Kerala. Around some 1,000 kits had to be given as part of the Ramadan offering. And Swapna was put in charge of this particular activity, and the minister has also revealed a screenshot of this message which has come from the UAE consulate, which is actually saying, then I will tell Swapna to contact you. So the ministry is saying that the minister had to speak to Swapna regarding the coordination of these activities and getting the bill settled.
All right, Gopi, appreciate you joining us. We'll come back to you for more updates. Dramatic developments taking place in Kerala at the back of this explosive story, which has now become as political as it is investigative. Meanwhile, I want to shift focus to our next big story we are tracking on India today. Amidst disengagement from India and Chinese troops at border areas, the fourth round of Corps Commander talks began at 11:30 a.m. and are underway just like last time. Military-level talks are being held at Chushul and Leh. This as the first Corps Commander meet after the initial phase of disengagement was complete. The talks are aimed at next step towards further disengagement. India today has learnt that the agenda will be further thinning of troops in all friction areas. Additionally, reduction of artillery from key points. Meanwhile, Chinese pullback continues. They are moving back now from finger 4 to finger 5. All right, every day at the end of 7 at 7, we end the show by busting certain claims that masquerade to be facts, especially on social media. Well, one of the facts which are floating about as truth, as claim, especially on social media platforms as well as WhatsApp groups, is this, where Kerala gold smuggling accused at Chief Minister Vijayan's daughter wedding. Well, on that, it's false. The fact check on it, the viral image has been morphed. The Kerala gold smuggling accused at Chief Minister Vijayan's daughter wedding is wrong. This picture, if you've seen it floating about, is a morphed picture. The viral images are morphed, so untrue, false. Let's move on. Russian university completes clinical trial of world's first COVID vaccine. This is a claim which has been floating about, especially on social media. Well, the truth on that is that The fact check is Russian university has completed just the first stage of the first phase of trial. So false hope being generated through social media platforms. So this claim has been busted as well. All right, so with these two claims, we've reached the end of 7 at 7. We, of course, will see you tomorrow. Do stay tuned. Up next is To The Point. Hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.